In the tumultuous summer of 2020, during a racial protest, in the town of Birmingham, Alabama, a Confederate monument was overturned. Protesters discovered beneath it lie a buried manuscript entitled, The Book of Lucifer. The Book of Lucifer is an account of famous historical religious stories as retold by Satan, aka Lucifer Jehovahson. The volumes contained herein are highly controversial, and it is advised that the weak at heart steer clear from it. Skilled literary professor, Lord Cain de Wilt, will read excerpts while also including interviews and testimonies of people whose lives have been forever changed by this book.
The following story is perhaps one where you have heard it before, or have heard a deluded version of it. I invite you to hear the truest account of events, as witnessed by myself. Behold, a tale of larger-than-life lust fueling a burning passion. Witness jealousy in its darkest state, as well as a closer look at the true dark nature of my father, Jehovah the Jealous, or as you know him, just plain old Jehovah. It is the story of favorites, and what happens when one has them. This type of story always seems to start the same way, does it not? A favorite, someone chosen, someone special. We join Jacob, grandson of Abraham, agonizing with his favorite wife, Rachel, and his favorite son, Joseph. Rachel has been a true soldier, but carrying this child named Benjamin will have been most complicated.
Jacob, fetch the midwife. I'm going into labor.
O Lord my God, hear my prayer, and protect my wife and my son.
Father, are you going to answer that?
Nay, I shall allow it.
My lord, at this point you must choose the child or the mother.
Save the mother, but of course.
Nay, Jacob, 'tis my body, and it shall be my choice. Save my child instead.
Sweet wife, thy wrath does mount faster than the midwife's fee. Pray, let not both bankrupt me this day. Rachel then proceeded to give birth unto Benjamin.
I'm dying. Oh, I'm dead.
But in all honesty, dearest reader, the unblushing truth is that Joseph was already the favorite. The golden child, if you will.
Oh my God, I earnestly beseech that thou excuse me, Father. It appears a most nauseous gas has involuntarily escaped the confines of my anus.
Alas, the smell of thine wind is pleasant unto me, as it reminds me of the warm summer nights I spent with your beautiful mother near the sulfur pits. Simeon. Why canst thou be more like thine brother Joseph and improve the quality of the air rather than to destroy it? Simeon, the angriest son of Jacob, spoke up. Father, I shall try. Curse ye, Simeon, ye dog! Thou hast conjured a most violent and spiteful wind that robs the very breath from a man's chest, leaving him gasping as a fish cast upon dry land. Damn thee in thine wicked wide rump! Yea, thy presence offends both heaven and hell alike, for even the devils clutch their noses, and the angels weep at thy wretched stench. Forgive me, father. Nay, dog, thy scent is an abomination. No forgiveness waits for thee. The life of young Master Joseph was drastically different from that of his elder, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing brothers. Whereas they had to toil in the heat of the unforgiving desert sun and wrestle with the elements, young Master Jojo was usually in a cool, breezy tent, learning reading, writing, mathematics, and poetry. Jacob used every resource within his means to educate and elevate his favorite son, Joseph. His brothers endured for their father's daily tirades with all the enthusiasm of men sentenced to hard labor, scorned, berated, and made to feel woefully inadequate for the grievous sin of simply not being Joseph. Each one, in time, developed a finely honed inferiority complex, the sort that festers and curdles into a most delightful brand of resentment. Naturally, they became bullies. Joseph, of course, remained gloriously unbothered. He knew his worth, and more importantly, he knew theirs, and that it was negligible. As they say, he was to the manner born, a distinction he bore with the effortless grace of a man who had never once questioned whether the sun would rise to greet him. His eldest brother Judah had just been summoned to their father's tent that day, a summons as foreboding as it was inevitable.
Yes, father, you summoned me.
Hold thy tongue and do not address me as thy father. Do not remind me I am the one who is responsible for your form to slither in the dust of the earth. Thou art as a goat who thinketh himself a lion. Had I known thy ways beforehand, I might have asked for a receipt when thou first did leave thy mother's womb.
Father, I seek only to make you happy.
I charge thee pay close attention today, Joseph, to the words of thy brother Judah, for he is a master of deceit. Pay close attention, and you'll learn to spot a lie from a mile off. His tongue is as slick as the backside of a pig, and just as full of rubbish.
Yes, father, I shall observe him closely in his wretched state.
Father, tell him not to disrespect me, as I am the elder son. Our way is that the elder sons be honoured.
Jacob, being the youngest son who schemed his elder brother out of his birthright, with a bowl of soup no less, was not one for any tradition other than the tradition of breaking tradition for his own benefit. He knew his sons were writhing with jealousy and spite for their younger brother, and he couldn't care less. He decided they deserved to feel bad for being sons he was forced to have when he was forced to marry Rachel's ugly older sister Leah. But since we are here, let's talk about Jacob's problem. Jacob had many sons by his first wife Leah. Then her maidservant became his concubine, and he bore children by her. Then he married Rachel, and had Joseph by her. Jacob, being the old dirty dog that he was in the age of patriarchs and prophets, had already previously had Rachel's maidservant as his concubine as well, and she also bore him children. He had a total of 12 sons, and countless daughters, because no one counted daughters as they believed daughters did not count. Jacob had all the baby mama drama, just like his grandfather Abraham, but all of the underlying jealousy would wriggle to a dangerous climax as Jacob had returned from the market one day. The eldest son, Reuben, who was secretly sleeping with his father's concubine Bila, was among the first to notice his father to arrive.
Behold, father has returned from the market. He said he would return with coats for us all. I am most glad to see you return, father.
I am not glad at what mine eyes doth see, for lo, I am beset by the visage of my hideous sons, whose faces are as like the hides of wild beasts. Their wit is but a shadow, and their hearts full of only treachery. Joseph, I pray thee, reveal thyself, and with thy presence ease the nightmare that doth torment my soul.
Father, lo, for even now as I'm only a mere teenager, each day my body does slowly swell with hormone. I shall speak on behalf of my brothers when I declare that we are honoured for your swift return.
Ah, lad, I have returned with the finest coat in all the land, woven in the brightest hues and the most delicate fabrics, a true masterpiece. And yet, there was a morsel left, enough to craft a humble blanket for Benjamin, whom I love less than thee, but more than thy cursed brothers, for his birth did steal from me my beloved Rachel. Put it on, Joseph, and wear it well, for it is thine inheritance.
Father, you bestow upon me a tribute I am unworthy of. I am speechless and unable to find the proper words to express my massive emotions of gratitude.
And lo, right there, before the hungry, envious eyes of his love-starved brothers, Jacob bestowed upon the lad a coat, a marvel, a masterpiece, a wearable testament to his blatant favoritism. It was not merely clothing, it was art draped over Joseph's shoulders, a radiant proclamation of his father's lopsided affections. It was glorious. Here, I spent a few coins to have them make coats for your stupid brothers as well. I would have preferred that they freeze, yet they were cheap, as they were made from the hides of asses. Hand thy brothers these coats, so that I, in my wisdom, may not suffer the sight of their faces. Let them wear their garments of mediocrity, while thou, my son, shine brightest among them. Joseph's brothers saw him, wearing the great coat. They received him coldly.
Brothers, I've arrived with coats for all of you. Father's endless sacrifice yet again empowers us all. Wear them well, for in their fine fabric your worth shall be acknowledged, though not as brightly as mine.
Judah the wicked, stupidest and most bitter brother spoke first.
It appears his love empowers some, but more than others, dear brother. Behold thy coat.
'Tis true, brother, thy coat is of many colours, like a woman's.
I now know why Father speaks so lowly of you, Simeon. Every time you open up your mouth, you prove you're an idiot. I would name thee fool, but I fear to offend honest fools who know their station. Perhaps Father has had thee coats made of the skins of asses as a symbolic gesture to match your spirits.
Get ye hence, brother.
Fetch, dog.
Joseph tossed their coats to the dirty ground. A few days earlier, my father, ever the mischievous meddler, had sent Joseph a gift.
Hey Jesus, watch this. I call it the Dreamcast. It lets me send dreams to people. Watch this.
The very next morning, when the entire family was gathered for breakfast, Joseph drew his father's attention as he arrived late. Now that Joseph is here, my appetite has returned unto me. Bless you, my son, as you have spared me the sea of wrinkled, sour faces. Why art thou late to breakfast? Is all well, my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased?
Father, forgive my tardiness. I was overwhelmed with a dream so mighty it did shake me from my slumber with the force of a tempest. A vision most grand, which hath filled my mind to overflowing, and now even my speech falters in its wake. But lo, hear this strange tale, and tell me, Father, is it a mere fancy or a foretelling of something most remarkable?
Aye, I recall I had a dream about a ladder once. Then the next thing I knew, I was wrestling with God. I feel my vision was a gift from God. I pray thee, tell us of thy dream, lad.
I was in the field, doing what any devastatingly handsome son would do, gathering sheaves of grain. My brothers was also in the field alongside me. And lo, what did I behold? Your sheaves, all of them, bowing down before mine.
I dream of beautiful women who...
Silence, dog. Continue, Joseph.
At first I didn't think anything of this dream, but then there was the second dream, with the sun, and the moon, and 11 stars, kneeled before me, and began to bow.
At that moment where Jacob could not see, Joseph cast a quick knowing glance at his brothers. The faintest grin crept upon his lips.
But I wouldn't dare to think it foretells anything, not in the slightest. I am but your humble Joseph, after all. No need to concern yourselves with such nonsense. A poor humble shepherd's son like me, I shall never abandon my humanity. A preposterous thought. Nothing to see here.
Joseph, you think your dream means all of us will one day bow before you? Then Reuben the eldest spoke.
Father, the lad is trying to suggest that...
Did someone speak? Did someone say something? I could have sworn it was the sound of a knife going into my back, or a snake crawling into my bed. Time passed slowly and painfully, like a kidney stone, and Joseph's brothers festered in their insecurities, each day a cruel reminder that they were but shadows to his brilliance. His coat was a shimmering symbol of his favored status. It clung to him like a divine crown, while they, in their ragged ass-skin coats, moved about in a constant, shameful dance of embarrassment. They could not escape the glaring truth. They were beneath him, and they knew it. How tragic is this failure of God's, this divine cruelty, a family torn apart by the very hands that were supposed to unite them. The brothers turned on Joseph. I say he must be taught a lesson in pain. He thinks he's better than us. Judah the wretched spoke up.
All of thee are weak as suckling babes who cry when thou art snatched from thy mother's teat. Alas, ye sicken me with thy complaining. I say we shall slay the lad.
Reuben the eldest chimed in.
Speak no more on it. We shall not make love to hate and give birth to violence. Speaking of making love, I will ask that you will excuse me, brothers. I am off to help father's concubine move some furniture in her tent.
The tension would only grow as time passed, solidifying the brothers' united hatred for their brother. Later that evening, after the brothers had worked hard all day and were discontent and hungry, Jacob instructed Joseph. Joseph, dost thou know thou art my favorite among all my sons, as thy mother was my true love? Dost thou know I was tricked by Laban, thy despicable grandfather, and my despicable uncle, for 14 years of labor? And old Uncle Grandpa deceived me into marrying the hideous Leah?
Yes, Father, you have told me of the tragic tale countless times. Shall I take food and water to my brothers? Yea, they are dogs, as ye say. But shall we not feed them? For they have worked hard today.
Joseph, thy golden forgiving heart, like thy mother, doth move me to be a better man. Very well, go and feed thy mongrel brothers. Aye, but take ye with ye a blade, as the wolves in our land walk on 2 legs, and call me father. Young Master Joseph was headed out to the field to take his brothers a much-needed meal. The hunger had turned these already bitter men into a rabid pack of hollow-bellied wretches, their tempers sharpened to daggers by the gnawing grip of hunger, moving with the reckless desperation of starving wolves on the scent of prey. My Father in heaven saw his chance.
Behold, I shall harden the hearts of his brothers, that they shall seek to slay him.
Yes, Father, make Canaan great again. Joseph, laden with food and water for his brothers, came running to greet them. His innocent, unknowing smile stretched from ear to ear. He knew well their jealousy, yet he knew not that the meddling hand of Jehovah had already been stirring the pot, as they say. And as he rushed to meet his brothers, they began to speak among themselves and plot his demise as he approached.
Behold, here comes the dreamer. Let us slay him and see what becomes of his dreams.
Thou knowest I have no fear in committing an act of the good old ultra-violence.
Enough of this nonsense. We've wasted enough time. Why wait? Why make it complicated? If we're gonna do this, let's do it right now. Step aside, ladies, for if it must be done, then I shall slit his throat like a goat. No hesitation and no mercy, just quick and clean. He thinks he's untouchable. That coat of his, those dreams of his. Let's put an end to them. One swift cut, brothers, and we're done.
At this point, Dan, son of Jacob, began to sing.
Father lets him disrespect us. The lad even calls us names. Whenever he sees us together, he says we're playing hood rat games. He thinks he's better than us, with his coat so bright and gay. I say we slay and take his perfect little life away. I know how to stop him from dreaming. I know how to stop him from dreaming. Let's all kill our brother Joseph, lay him in the dirt. I have felt like dog doo-doo since his very birth. I see a dead lad walking. I see a dead lad walking. Wait, wait, wait! Let's sell him to the traders, make him a slave. Tell father that he died and the desert was his grave. Tonight, I'm glad his mother died. When she did, I did not cry. He is so ugly right now. This freak has 2 eyebrows. Smear his coat with animal blood. Smear all over it good. Watch our father hurt and cry. Make him think his favorite died. I know how to stop him from dreaming. I know how to stop him from dreaming. Let's all kill our brother Joseph, lay him in the dirt. I have felt like see a dead lad walking. I see a dead lad walking. Oh, hell yeah, baby.
Brothers, did you hear that noise? It sounded like a chorus of backstabbing jackals in the hills nearby. We better be careful.
Simeon, who smelled so badly that even the flies did flee from his stench, spoke first.
You have no business here among real men at work.
Reuben spoke up, sensing the tension.
Why don't you just return to father, lad?
I've brought food unto you, and you mistreat me? Surely ye are the lot of mangy dogs, as father has said. Ye deserve no sustenance, you swine.
Then my father whispered into the ear of Judah.
Bro, are you going to take that? There's no way I would take that. Are you even a man, bro?
That's it.
Judah charged at Joseph.
That is the last time you call us dogs. I despise thee with all of my heart.
First of all, I doubt you can even spell the word despise. Ye are all wicked, vile, reprobate vermin. And if I were father, I would beat all of you with a goat's leg while the goat was still attached. I will tell father what ungrateful, crooked, bitter schmucks thou have been.
Father isn't here.
Thou art an asinine scoundrel with the charm of a wet sponge and the wit of a fence post. Were thou to stand in the sun, thou would cast no shadow, for even the light finds thee too contemptible to touch. A knave indeed, but a dull one at that. All of you are jealous because the world is mine, and you're the ones who will be forgotten as you die in the desert.
I will not be the one who dies.
The brothers then snatched up Joseph and seized him. The brothers were just about to kill Joseph when I might have intervened. I simply whispered into the ear of Reuben, the eldest son. I said, "When your father finds out that you've been sleeping with his concubine, you're going to be in deep trouble. Perhaps if you save the life of his favorite from his brother's wrath, it might buy you some grace."
Wait, remember the curse of spilling a brother's blood. Shall we too be cursed and marked like Cain?
The brothers all stopped, fearing the imaginary curse of Cain, something we will discuss another time. And they decided perhaps not to murder their brother Joseph, but rather to toss him in a large pit that was close by.
Leave the foolish lad in the pit to die. We shall say we never saw him, no blood shed, and our problem is solved. Crikey!
Reuben had convinced the brothers to leave Joseph in the pit to die. He secretly planned to return at night and fish the boy out. Reuben snuck back to the camp and retrieved rope. But meanwhile, back at the pit, young Master Joseph began to press his luck, as they say, shouting out curses and threats, saying such things as,
"The stench of your failure is unbearable, like a rotting carcass left in the sun. Nobody cares about your struggle, least of all me."
And he also said things like,
"Treacherous dogs, ye who feast upon thy brother's flesh with grinning maw, shall one day know the hunger of regret, when my shadow looms long over thee."
But he really angered the brothers when he said things like,
"I swear upon the grave of Rachel my mother, and our father's only true love, and by the beard of our grandfather Abraham, I shall hold thy souls as thou now holdest mine. And on that day I shall abandon my humanity."
That's it?
Indeed it was. The brothers then decided, in the absence of their eldest brother Reuben, that they would sell Joseph to a group of their cousins, the Ishmaelite traders, for 20 pieces of silver.
20 pieces? 20? Is that all? I weep not for my fate before the sheer cheapness of my betrayers. Hadst thou but haggled, thou could have fetched at least 30 pieces. Alas, even in treachery thou art failures. Mock me well, thou dullets, the silver in thy hand shall burn hotter than any brand, for when next we meet I shall make thee pay it back with interest.
The traders carried Joseph off, and the brothers killed a goat and smeared its blood on his coat. They rent it and shredded it to make it appear as if the lad was attacked by wolves. As they had finished their fabrication of deceit, Reuben returned with rope.
Alas, brothers, imagine you still being awake at this hour. Rope? Rope? You came back to fish him out and betray us to father? But behold, brother, we are all too late. A wolf fell into the pit with our brother. Behold.
Reuben cried at the sight of his brother's bloody coat, unaware of the extent of their treachery.
We go now to tell father what has happened. All of us. We will not mention the pit, only that the beast claimed our brother. Oh, may God have mercy on us all.
I will not. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
By early morning, the brothers made it home.
What's all this commotion? What's going on? Where is Joseph?
Father, on the way home, we found this.
Jacob looked at the coat and recognized Joseph's coat. He snatched it from Judah.
What is the meaning of this? This is goat's blood. You think I don't know shepherd's tricks? After I slaved for 14 years because of thy ugly mother?
Father, look into my eyes. We have not spilled any blood. 'Twas the beast of the wilds, Father.
Jacob looked deep into the eyes of Reuben.
I see no lie in your eye, Reuben. Could this mean God has cursed me twice? First, my beloved Rachel, and now my sweetest Joseph, my light, my heart, my favorite child. The only thing in the world that made life still worth living. Oh, I shall cleave to Benjamin.
And it came to pass that Jacob grieved Joseph, always. And Benjamin became the new favorite. Meanwhile, Joseph was being taken off with Ishmaelite traitors.
Good sirs, I should beg you, my father is a wealthy man. Should you return me to him, he will pay you double, perhaps triple what you paid for me.
The traders did laugh at Joseph.
Thy brothers wore coats made from the skins of pale asses. Tell thy fantasy to someone else whom has not heard it before.
Jehovah, can you hear me? It's gotten pretty bad. I was just bringing food and then all my brothers went mad. I don't want to be a slave, Lord, I just want to go back home. I miss my bed, my little brother, my father. Now I'm all alone, cursed with good looks and a mind like a trap. My brothers betrayed me, their bones will I snap. I just want to go back home. I miss my mother, holding me close, feeling her love, making my spirit coast. I miss the love I'm leaving behind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. 20 rotten coins of silver and I die as a slave. I know my father's hurting from the lies that they gave. My heart is crumbled into dust. All I've ever known is pain, all alone and so afraid. But I don't mean to complain. Everyone I love is hurting as my wicked brothers lie. What gods exist, give me my vengeance. I shall be thine until I die. I miss my mother, holding me close, feeling her love, making my spirit coast. I miss the love I'm leaving behind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. God, it's not too late to change your mind. God, it's not too late to change your mind.
Behold, I believe this does not have to be the end of young Master Joseph's story. There is countless pain, life lessons I can still teach here.
Dearest reader, God is usually so vocal, yet he had fallen silent when it came to telling Jacob the truth. The truth was that his son had not died. The truth was that his son, all of them save Reuben, had deceived him in this matter of the boy being slain. God just quietly sat there on the fact that Joseph, Jacob's favorite son, was still alive. Dearest reader, allow that to sink in. Days became months. Jacob swore to never let Benjamin out of his sight. He held him close. Jacob's contempt for his son, seasoned by time, only grew more harsh and cold as time passed by. Hark ye, though my son Joseph be dead, his memory liveth in me. On this day, 16 years ago, his mother, my beloved Rachel, gave unto me this day. She gave unto me the greatest gift, a child that was the manifestation of our sweet love-making. Joseph, whom I shall always love above all of my sons, save Benjamin. Father, why dost thou exalt thy dead son over thy sons who live? You wicked black-hearted wretch, thy mother was as cunning as a fox. Never forget that. Never forget thy brother Joseph. God in heaven knows I would gladly trade all of you to have my beloved Joseph again. I would trade thy places with thy brother Joseph in the grave faster than the heartbeat of a hummingbird. Never forget that. Meanwhile, back in Egypt, Joseph was hard at work, scrubbing the ballroom of Potiphar's house. Potiphar was captain of the guard and was responsible for leading the Pharaoh's personal security team. He was also in charge of the royal jails and prisons. Potiphar noticed his ballroom was in a much different condition than when he had left it.
By the gods, what has happened to my ballroom?
Joseph, who was cleaning the entire room all alone, rose up hesitantly and faced Potiphar, lowering his face to the ground as he spoke.
I earnestly beseech thee for mercy, my lord. I did lose myself in the labour. Forgive me, I should do better. Lad, behold, this house ain't looked this good since the architect finished building it, ain't it? You've made it look brand new. You even managed to get the gold and the brass to shine brighter than before. Well done, slave. What is thy name?
Joseph, my lord.
Thy face is noble, Most unlike a slave, Joseph.
Thank you, my lord.
Next, get ye to my stables. Should ye make it look as good as this ballroom, there will be more work for you in my house. Unless you prefer I send ye into the fields or to the quarry to stack stones for the graves of the fallen pharaohs.
It would be an honour, my lord. Time then did what it has become famous for doing, passing. Egypt, a new hierarchy, a new master, Potiphar. Pharaoh's chief officer watches Joseph distract himself by becoming a workaholic, yet his work causes Potiphar's house to shine like a star in the heavens. Joseph himself, still glowing with that divine Midas touch, climbs the ranks fast, because even in slavery, favoritism follows him. Potiphar, being a great man, quickly notices the greatness in the youth, Joseph, and trusts him completely. He hands him everything, because the pattern never stops, dearest reader.
Joseph, where have you been all morning? The Pharaoh's favourite concubine is having a birthday this evening, and I'm not prepared.
Master, fear not, I've been in the barn this morning. One of your prize-winning horses gave birth to a future champion this morning. The birth was complicated and we almost lost them both, but I remembered my training from my father's herd, and I saved them both.
Oh, Joseph, thank you. But now another crisis awaits us.
I have prepared thy ceremonial armour and thy clothes and sandals 4 days ago, and the gold-lined vase that you received from Nomarch Kalesh, that you say you despise, can be re-gifted to the Pharaoh's concubine.
May the gods keep you always, Joseph. You solve all of my problems at once, once again.
You have been more than a master to me. Your kindness and honour make it an honour to serve such a man so just. The food here is also good, my lord.
Excellent. Now, I need you to translate these scrolls for me while I'm gone, and I left my report to Pharaoh on the desk in the office. I'll need you to fix any errors, make it better.
It shall be done, my lord. My lord, if I may.
Why, yes, Joseph, what is it?
Let's get you a proper shave before you leave, my lord. You work so hard tending to the needs of others. Please allow others to take care of you.
Potiphar embraced Joseph. This is why I give thee the key to mine house. You've made me rich, lad. Plus, your outside matches your inside. Have you seen Beltar's butler? He's like 1,000 years old. Someone should be dusting him.
All seemed well for Joseph. And then Potiphar's wife takes notice. Potiphar's wife is not given a name in the Bible because she is a woman. And the Bible is really unfair when it comes to women and having names and all of that. I mean, obviously her name is a matter of tremendous importance here. Yet old King James and Company in 1604 were just having a big old patriarchal sausage party circle jerk. And thus, she has no name. But she had a heck of a libido. She approached Joseph in Potiphar's office one afternoon.
Joseph? I've noticed how your work is better than all the others.
Thank you, my lady.
Such a strong young man. Your body swimming with hormone.
Mistress, you know about hormone?
Hormone has guided me every step of my fantastic life, and it has brought me to you.
Potiphar's wife took advantage of her position over Joseph and did attempt to seduce, but I will tell the truth. She tried to force herself upon Joseph.
I have had every slave boy in this house, save for you. Will you deny thy mistress?
Joseph, realizing the dangerous position he was in, was not his usual calm crisis-solving self. He panicked. She chased him around the room, ripping off his clothes while taking off her own.
I shall do as I have done countless times before. I shall take the virtue of thy youth for my spoil. Lie with me, or I shall lie on thee. Obey thy mistress.
I cannot betray Potiphar. He has been as a father to me. I cannot, I will not. My lady, thou art not my type. Potiphar's wife had never been rejected by a slave before. She was furious and let out a terrible scream. All the slaves in the house ran into the room to see what was the matter with the lady of the house. And they found Joseph in his underwear and Potiphar's wife pretending to tremble naked, clutching the very clothes of Joseph. Joseph, confused by his loyalty and the burning hormone within him, he ran. But let us strip away the veil of innocence and see this tale for what it truly is. This was no mere woman restless in her marriage, seeking fleeting indulgence. No, she was a creature of control, a sculptor of suffering, a weaver. Weaving her evil web. Imagine it, a young foreign slave, his fate not his own, plucked from his homeland and thrust into servitude. His beauty, a curse as much as a blessing, caught the eye of a woman who took pleasure in bending others to her will. This was not temptation in the common sense. It was the slow tightening of a snare. Grooming, coercion, subtle at first, then merciless. To refuse her was not just to deny a dalliance, but to rebel against a system that devoured the powerless. And so, when Joseph turned away, it was not mere righteousness that guided him. It was defiance, a slave daring to deny his master's mistress, to reject the hand that believed itself all-powerful. It was not just sin he avoided, but subjugation. And for that, she did what the powerful always do when their will is defied. She sought to destroy him, and like my father, the destruction of his reputation would suffice, and he was thrown in jail.
Oh God, if such a thing still lingers in this shattered world, hear my plea for the depths of this forsaken hole. I, who have served with honour, have been cast aside like refuse, betrayed by those who once saw me as a son. God, tell me, if you exist, what is this cruel joke? Was I always destined to be a puppet, played by forces unseen? I have upheld what is pure, only to be trampled by lies. If you truly walk amongst men, then where the hell are you now? My hands are clean, my heart is true. Yet I find myself shackled and discarded like a worthless dog. Do you laugh at my suffering, Lord? Or is it beneath you to even notice me? I no longer crave your intervention. What good is salvation from a God who cannot be bothered to lift a finger? But a small request, if you must. Let the truth rise from this abyss, and let those who have wronged me see the wreckage they have wrought. If thou be just, then where is my justice? I stood clean before temptation and was chained for it. Next I shall be praised for murder or crowned for a lie. Let thy silence drown me if that be thy will. But I know this, I shall dream still. Our dreams rot in darkness.
Has virtue fled Egypt entirely? Will Joseph ever leave this dungeon of despair, or is he destined to become its most poetic skeleton? Will Jacob die broken-hearted while his sons toast to a tale of torn robes and butchered goats?
And shall that brazen wife of Potiphar, who weaveth lies smoother than Egyptian linen, stride freely still? Yea, she doth smile with the mouth of a serpent, and weepeth crocodile tears. As for Potiphar, that dullard of dullars, he believeth every tale, but comprehendeth none. A man of rank, and yet of naught.
Will Joseph's cries reach heaven, or be buried beneath Pharaoh's stone walls? Will justice be served, or just seasoned and swallowed?
Tune in next time, mortals. Same Book of Lucifer time, same Book of Lucifer channel.
Okay. Ain't got no shadows. You okay?
I saw your boy Jesus in the club drinking wine, slow dancing with his hand up on some fella behind. He was smelling like frankincense, myrrh, and pine. P. Diddy always invited, Jesus never declined. He said, ain't nobody fornicating with your lame ass crew. Collect taxes from the hoes on the king of the Jews. Said he came to bring a sword and to use it on you. Jesus vibing on your mama, said that she was cute. You might have to keep your eye on Jesus Christ. Said he used to be a virgin, but not tonight. Jesus dressed up on the corner catching rides, getting dropped back off in the middle of the night. Your mama boyfriend Jesus, damn Jesus. Your mama boyfriend Jesus, he gon' turn her against you. Your mama boyfriend Jesus, shit. Your mama boyfriend Jesus, bruh. Don't be out here looking strange, collecting change. Jesus playing games. Jesus had you looking lame. No, don't be out here strange. He never changed. Stupid games, he got no shame. You want 10% of your mama.